there seems to be the burning question as to how does one cease to be doing? How does one cut the ties with the doer, with ego, and truly be of divine service? Or on the other hand, there is sometimes the mindset that even being in divine service, in serving others and loving others and helping others, that too is merely encouraging the doer. And so, of course, there are Eastern and Western precepts on what the enlightened state is, and there are those who claim that even mention of enlightenment indicates yet more ego, and that the I that has been enlightened truly is merely expressing just another version of ego. And so this talk might be a bit rudimentary for some. It might be somewhat advanced for others. And yet there are very simple principles, I think, that anyone can understand and anyone can feel and anyone can know within yourself. And so as I began to speak about separating what is truly the selflessness of service, selfless servant, if you will, from that which is self-serving with the objective of awakening or the objective of city powers or enlightenments and so forth, that indeed is yet more spiritual materialism. And so the line can easily be drawn between that which is serving the self, the small self, the persona, the ego, and that which is truly selfless, altruistic, where there is no energy of the self-serving present at all. And I think what is truly easy to feel and know within yourself, within others, is the difference between that which is grace and that which is radiant of divine presence, and that which is the dewy doer doing that truly is beneath it all, having of an undercurrent, if you will, a motivation that is ultimately self-serving, to glorify the self, to somehow fixate upon the small self, to fixate upon one's own awakening. And it is when awakening for yourself becomes the shifting paradigm, if you will, of awakening for others, of awakening so that your divine service can flow with ever greater grace and beauty and purpose and perfection and true service and helpfulness to others. It is that radiance that people feel and sense and know. And so the radiance of the soul is what can be felt through selfless service. And it is the electric force, if you will, that brilliant white light electric force, if you will, that is the presence of the logos, that is undeniable, that is palpable, that truly embodies within our human beingness when our enlightenment truly is the open door for ever greater service to the world, service to one another, service to one's family, one's group, one's God, one's own true self. And so yes, there is a dropping away of the identities of what the self truly means and what the self truly is. And it is only by direct revelation, by direct realization, by direct transmission from master to disciple, that momentous experience of realization dawns upon the mind and shatters the ego, shatters the illusion of separation altogether. But to always be in the gains way of the great masters of divine service, of self-evolution, if you will, intentional, conscious evolution, one can be assured that radiance will be forthcoming. Awakening will be naturally forthcoming whenever your service is truly selfless, devoid of that which the self seeks for itself, rather than the selflessness which seeks nothing whatsoever for itself, because the identity of the I has vanished, and there is no I to seek for oneself, but rather service is merely an outpouring of divine response. And it is this outpouring of divine response, this natural, effortless outflow upon the world from the radiance of the heart, the radiance of the soul, the brilliance of the logos, whereby the doer is truly not existent. The doer has long since vanished, and the doer has ceased to exist, because the doer of the ego itself, has ceased to have any relevance whatsoever. And so the steady path of service is truly the path through the eye of the needle, dear ones. You just have to let go and let God, and allow that natural radiance from within yourself to be the outpouring, to be the outpouring, to be the divine response that is your service unto the greater world in which we live and be and take our breath and have our being, and ultimately embody who we are as love itself. Love itself is selfless. And with love, there is no doing. There's only love.